think you bring it up because it's probably not the best for neurodivergence.
That's true. And welcome back to Unmasked and Unchained. I'm Chris.
I'm Kaylee.
And today we're bringing you the topic of nutrition. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we hear these fad diets, that are usually only about how we look. It's not even
Right, it's
like,
all about look.
not even cardiovascular health, not even long-term health. It's all visual, visual, visual.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all about perception.
Yeah.
And a great thing to really good thing about nutrition is that we are what we eat. You've heard that whole adage.
But
that,
quite literally, like I don't think people register that. Like you literally what you put into your body creates your body. Like that's literally what it is. Like it is what it is.
Exactly, literally on the cellular level to
Mm-hmm.
every piece or every calorie you put in your mouth. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why it's like super helpful that we talk about these things.
Right.
Like I did intermittent fasting for a long time when I wanted to lose weight, and I thought it really helped because it really shrunk my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
You go from eating only like in a 10-hour window, and you try to shrink that to like 6 to 8 hour window
Right.
every day, and then so you're going like what 14 hours, 16 hours not eating every day. And it just shrinks your stomach. So when it is time to eat, like you don't eat as much. And so you're like, all right, well, I ate in my window and now I have to
Mm-hmm.
not eat for another 16 hours, which is
Right.
so dreadful in its own
Who wants
way.
to live like that?
No, and and then if you're neurodivergent, you know that you can get irritable when you miss a meal, and that's what we're talking about today is
Yes.
brain health.
The importance of eating for your brain and not just for your looks. That is gut health, brain health, and mental health. It is all together. It's all related, and it all starts with what you put in your mouth.
It really does. So today we're talking about how neurodivergent specifically, I don't know about you, but me, I experience this whole thing of like crash and burn a lot, or I'll start out very irritable in my day because I've been fasting all evening. And it took me actually until like this year to figure it out that is almost like a low blood sugar thing
Yes.
where if I'm not keeping up my protein, my blood sugar drops, my mood drops, everything just gets so serious and it's no longer fun and games for
Nothing
anyone.
is funny. Everyone be quiet. No laughing. No, for real.
And as you know, it's like we're always trying to be the best version of ourselves. So this is like some tip that I learned that has really been like a biohack. Waking up and making sure, like, first off, let's start brain health. Neurodivergence, we're lacking in amino acids, like the tryptophan and the tyrosine and all that stuff that make up the dopamine, the serotonin. We really have to supply ourselves with those amino acids more because, see, I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, but you're so right because my experience is that if I don't immediately upon waking up drink a Zip Fizz, not sponsored, but please sponsor us. Because I drink my Zip Fizz, which is like an energy drink with vitamins and minerals and stuff, and I have to have some sort of healthy protein and healthy fats. If I don't get that combination, I feel nauseous, I have a migraine, I feel jittery. It's not, I'm grumpy, I'm just an asshole. Like,
No, definitely. And that leads into what I was saying. Like, we're already insufficient in a lot of those neurotransmitters, being neurodivergent, ADHD, AuDHD, where we're not getting the dopamine we need to go on with our day. So if we start our day with the precursors our body needs to create that extra dopamine that we're lacking, we're already setting ourselves up for success and not a failure, And once you start being self-aware, it's almost like, why am I
notice
like,
it. You start to notice every little thing, how it makes your body feel. I notice like
exactly.
it's so
You're
much
like,
now.
why am I upset? Why is that face, like the person's face, annoying me? Like, why is somebody being nice to me just like crawling under my skin? And usually it's because I didn't do anything but wake up, maybe take my meds, but I probably drank caffeine and I didn't eat anything yet. And if I did eat something, it's probably something quick, like a banana or like a croissant. And that lasts me like a good 20 minutes before I am like enraged again.
That good old caffeine stimulant combo, that is unfortunately what most of us ADHD and AuDHD live on, which is not good.
I mean, honestly, it's how society lives, and that's, I
Yes,
think,
it
what's setting
is.
us all up for
It is.
failure in that
Mhm.
sense is like, you think of the Dunkin' Donuts or like the quick Starbucks, and
Mhm.
what do they really offer you but sugary
Right.
carbs? They don't offer you anything of substance. They have the egg bites, but you get 2 little egg bites, and it's like $8, and it's
Right.
like, I don't know. They're not, and that's not really enough to fulfill you or fill you up.
Mhm.
So it's like society is not really set up in our favor or in favor of brain health. It's in
No,
favor
it's
of,
for quickness,
mhm.
cheapness, and accessibility. That's really what it is.
And we all want that cheap, quick fix to all of our problems. But
Mhm.
as you get older in life, you really know that that is never the real answer. It is a temporary fix, it's a band aid, but really it's just a distraction from the underbelly of the problem, which is like your lifestyle.
But we do have some hacks for like easy to
We
grab
do,
stuff
we
that
do.
later we will be posting on social media. So follow us on
hmm
Instagram.
Yeah, we're going to show you some supplements that we take, as well as some cool things to do, like something.
Grab and go snacks.
Grab and go snacks, smoothies. Smoothie recipes are great. I have a
Mhm.
million of them because you can alternate between fruits, vegetables, all your supplements, and you can make it taste like a milkshake.
Yeah.
It's like the
We
best
have
thing
a
ever.
recipe today. We have a breakfast, an easy breakfast recipe that we'll be filming after this. So
I'm
don't miss it. I'm going to
starving.
be teaching him. I haven't eaten today either. So,
Perfect.
hmm
Yeah, all I had today was a protein shake, and that's gotten me to where I am. And that's literally what I'm saying. Like, I will be a testament to it. Like, you can still not eat enough, but as long as you get that protein, those amino acids, your mood is so much better.
oh,
So much better.
I did the stimulant caffeine diet this morning, and you can just ask my son. I was an asshole. So I was like, I'm gonna wait and eat with Chris, but I should probably just eat this morning.
hmm and as we go through our continually episodes, we're going to try to bring you new recipes, new
Yes.
supplement guides. That as we learn, we're going to bring it to you so you can learn and grow with us as well.
I
Another,
actually have my culinary degree. I don't think they know that.
oh,
I didn't go to like
I
real
forgot
college,
about that.
but this will be so fun for me to like dabble back in that. So I'm really excited about this. So definitely follow us.
That's great. If I didn't go to real college, I was going to go to culinary school.
Really?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I loved cooking. When I was like 10, I made like a 7-course meal for my family.
Yeah,
And it was
that's
like
so
all
cute. My
healthy. It was
son
like
does that.
pecan encrusted chicken and like asparagus. And, as like a
Okay.
10-year-old, like, that's gourmet.
Okay.
But yeah, that's awesome. I love that. That's
So then
definitely
we'll have fun with
a
it.
creative passion,
Yes.
a great outlet.
Yes, it's such a creative passion of mine.
And also some popular supplements, that I wanted to we can tackle right now.
Yes.
Big ones that everybody knows about is creatine. Like creatine, we talk about bodybuilding. It's one of the most well studied supplements out there. What it does is it helps your body produce ATP in your cells as an energy source. That's in your mitochondrial cells, that even works in your brain cells. So giving your body the extra energy to just operate works mind and muscle. When it comes to the mind, you might feel like brain fog, or you're not able to concentrate for long periods of time. Your attention is bad. Maybe your dopamine regulation has been off. Creatine has been proven to help all of those things.
I didn't know that.
I know it's all
Is it
coming
for
out like.
women too?
Yeah,
Or
it's every person. It's
really?
just a cell body. Like it's actually just come out in the last year or two how it's helped more in the mental health field, more because mental health
Wow.
is getting talked about more.
Right.
So now we're getting it shined in all the right areas. But it
Wow.
reduces your brain fog. It helps with burnout. It improves mood and motivation. Helps with supportive executive functioning.
Very important for
And it helps.
neurodivergent.
Yes, and it helps with just oxidative overload stress. It helps you just with your reactivity and to help so. And that's just from your body being properly fueled and able to react or able to act instead of react. Um, I will post like the exact studies and everything
Mhm.
with all the sites of all my findings because actually it's really really interesting and I love
It
for you
is.
guys to research it as or to dig on the research as well, and stay informed. Don't
Because
just
we
take
don't
my
have time
name
to like
for it.
spiral into each rabbit hole.
Exactly. We could go down
Mm,
and down. Like
right.
another one, I have magnesium. That's a big one.
Yes, I love magnesium. Love magnesium.
Exactly. And that's a complicated one too, because there's like 4 different forms out
Right.
there. And honestly, if you want, I've looked into them. This is another thing I'll post about. I'll post a little sheet that I found. And it's like the magnesium threonate. That's the one that crosses the blood-brain
Mhm.
barrier. And what that also helps with is oxidative stress. It's gonna help calm the mind. It helps with nervous system balance. You know,
Yes, that's why I take it.
exactly, like how it kind of regulates the same in the muscles. You know, it helps it allow it to reduce inflammation, helps it to not be so, it supports the repair.
It helps me sleep better at night too. I use it on it's kid friendly as well. I use the magnesium spray. It's really affordable. I put it at like the bottoms of my feet, just a couple spritzes. I put it on my son's feet. Sleep like babies.
No, I know, I love it too. When I can't sleep in the middle of the night, I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and I'll make myself some magnesium and chug it. And it
Mm.
honestly, I go right back to sleep within
And
like
it's
half
good for
an
your
hour.
gut too. It works for like constipation.
Oh, does it?
It does. Because I used to work at a weight loss clinic and we used to prescribe magnesium to people when they were constipated from certain diets that I do not recommend.
Magnesia, right? Is that the
No,
same
like
thing?
no. Well, but that'll make you go. That'll also make you go. It might be. It might be
Interesting.
part of the same family. Now that I think about it,
I have
'cause
no idea. I just heard it.
we're
I was
not
like, well, maybe
doctors,
that's it.
but
Exactly.
we
We're
just
just teaching what we
hyperfixate on
learned.
things.
Exactly.
So we're gonna. But yeah, magnesium's great.
Yeah, and especially for the calminess, and especially in like the hyperactivity, if you have that, it really helps me along with ashwagandha. Like we can talk about that more too. Like I will just put drops under my tongue, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, life's not so
Life is
serious.
okay.
Life's okay. See, it's
I'm
all
not
about
going to jail today.
like regulating yourself to work with yourself. You know, it's not being shameful or angry that I'm not operating the way other people do. Because honestly, I had that shame for a long time. I was like, why can't I be happy like this person? And then they just tell me, you know, happiness is a choice. I'm like, you know, I'm choosing to be happy right now, and it's not working.
Yeah.
So I agree to disagree.
Right. Yeah.
But then we find out these tips and tricks, you know, like just how to regulate that happiness through eating, you know, and I don't know if this pertains to you, but I feel like this pertains to a lot of people I've talked to, especially neurodivergents. We got to keep up that protein eating every 2 hours, or else we get that blood sugar drop, and it's all chaos. And I think that's what leads into a lot of our binge eating without. It's like we crave those dopamine hits, which we hit through sugar,
Yes.
you know, and so
Big time. I'm a candy fiend at night, especially on the caffeine stimulant diet all day, and then you forget to eat all day, besides coffee and some carbs, and then at night you're just crashing, binge eating. You need that dopamine fix from the sugar, the salty. Yeah, it's a whole mess.
you really do, because I remember I was a server in fine dining, and it'd be like 8 o'clock, that wall would hit, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, everything's shutting down. I can't talk to another person, anything. But I'd go find some like a piece of chocolate or just some sugar in general. All of a sudden, I'm like, let's
Just like a
go.
little boost.
And it pushed me through that last hour, and then I went home and crashed. But it's like, it is night and day, the dependence we have on sugar for that dopamine, for that mood boost.
Mhm.
And I feel like we're working on training our bodies to be more disciplined through eating better, through feeding every couple hours, teaching it, hey, this is a routine so we can expect an outcome instead of just winging it and being like, oh my gosh, why am I so upset?
Yeah. Neurodivergents need routine.
We do.
As much some of us are not that great at it. Some of us are like perfectionists at it, but at the end of the day, we do need routine. And our bodies are like cars. I feel like people forget that. We have to fuel our bodies the same. We have to upkeep everything the same. If you don't, it's not going to run correctly.
No, it's true. It's like,
and each car is different, so each car needs a little extra love somewhere else.
Exactly. It's just back to that, let that food be thy medicine. It's like our bodies are incredible machines. They self-heal, they regenerate. Like there's so many things that the body has been shown to do, but a lot of it we're holding ourselves back through our diet, through our environment, through our lifestyle. So we're not allowing it or giving it the proper tools it needs or proper like beginning substrate to like create. Like,
They have no chance.
yeah,
Yeah, we're not even giving ourselves a proper chance.
exactly. So that's the idea. Like, how are you going to be happy if you're already deficient in dopamine when you're only feeding it caffeine?
Right.
So let's say, let's take a back look at this and say, well, okay, I need dopamine that's made by what, tyrosine,
hmm
and tyrosine is an
That's one
essential
of the
amino
supplements I
acid.
take. Yes.
Yeah, that's a great supplement to take too.
Uh-huh.
I've even been talking to people that are there's supplements that have full range of amino acids that we need, and it's like they promote it for body health, but really it's a missed market, I feel, when you can market to the mental health community
hmm
because it is so substantial. And I'm sure there's just not enough data because there hasn't been like a focus on it, so no one's
Right.
really put time or effort into researching
And
it.
it takes money, and yes.
That's the crazy thing about supplements and what works and what doesn't is like
Mhm.
what has a study is what somebody is deemed, I want to make money off this, so I'm going to create a study for
Right.
it so that I can push it.
Mhm.
But it's like you have all these natural ingredients that can do equally or better, but
Yeah,
they can't
that
make
are
it.
unheard
You can't
of.
make money off it. So why am I
Uh-huh.
going to research it or put money backing behind it?
It's sick. Me and
It
my
is sad.
psychiatrist were actually just talking about that 2 days ago.
It's really sad because it really
Mhm.
holds everybody back for
Yeah, everyone.
the good of only a few at the top.
Right. The few that know about it and hoard it away.
An episode for another day. So what else do we want to touch
Let's
on?
talk about, for the people that don't know, about sensory issues with neurodivergence when it comes to eating certain foods. I never used to think I had that until I like actually paid attention, and I do. I crave certain textures, and then other textures, I'm out. I am out, and I'm not a picky eater, which I know a lot of neurodivergents sometimes they can struggle with that. But texture is a huge thing for a lot of us.
It really is. So like personally, I don't like dry, crispy, crunchy things.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
don't like chips.
Mm,
Everybody loves chips around me. I
interesting.
hate chips. I think they're dry. They dry my throat out,
Okay.
and then I feel like I'm coughing on them
So it's
sometimes.
not a noise
Same
thing,
with
it's a
like
texture.
it's a dryness thing.
Okay.
Like I think I don't know, maybe my mouth's mostly dry all the time. But it's like I feel like I always have to drink some water when I'm eating chips or like crackers or something. And same with popcorn.
hmm
Like, and it's that that crunchiness, and then popcorn that leads into a whole other thing with the kernels stuck in your teeth. Like, I will avoid popcorn just for that reason alone. Like, it is so annoying to me. I eat one bite of
It's
popcorn and
so
I'm like just digging, and I'm like, and then they're stuck back there,
It's a
and
fight.
then I can't even watch the movie because all I'm thinking about is the kernel that's stuck into my gums, and it's just trying to jam it with a straw.
Right? And suddenly your gums are falling off all because of the
And you're
dang
like, what's going on
popcorn.
in this movie? So yeah, there's some things I will avoid. Like I like the flavors, I like the
Mhm.
taste, the textures. I do not like.
Yes.
That is weird. But
Yeah.
also I hate the complete opposite where it's like slimy and
Like
moist.
egg whites. Egg whites, if they are not fully cooked. Ooh, and my son is the same way. Nope, nope.
Mm-mm.
Anything that's snotty consistency, I'm out.
Mm-mm. Like boba. I cannot get
I
behind
didn't
boba.
like boba at first, and still to say I'll drink it, but it's not my like top. Some people are like obsessed with boba,
They are.
and I don't get the. I like it, but I don't love it, and I know
It's
what you're
that
gonna say.
sliminess. It's almost like I have to tell myself this is just tapioca starch. This is not anything like a worm. This is not a fish. This is nothing. It feels like it's that texture that I have to
Mhm.
trick my brain. It's like it is not this. It is not this. Maybe
Right.
because it's just our culture and what we grew up with. But
Right. Oh, of
at
course.
the same time, I just find it's
Mhm.
like a funny visceral reaction that I have to talk myself through.
Right. It's not like we're offended at the food itself. It's just a natural reaction.
No, and I like it, but my body reacts and it's still like it wants to
Yeah.
spit it out.
Mm.
It's so funny, and I have to like try to swallow it. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
But
No, but
yes,
that's a real thing. Is sensory hyperfixation foods. That's also a big thing.
hyperfixation foods, PB&J. PB&J is like my
Anything
go-to
potato.
comfort food.
And that's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
lot of people.
like I don't. It's because my mom always made them growing up, and they
Mhm.
were perfect. I
Mhm.
always thought because you can never make yourself the best sandwich.
Right.
Somebody else to make it for you.
Mom makes it better.
So I try to recreate hers all the time. But honestly, every time I do, it puts me back there. It's like a whole reset from where I
It's like
am.
an emotional
Yeah,
experience.
it's the sensations take you out of the mental side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, our problem is like, our minds are so strong that they overpower us a lot of the times.
And we're trying to distract. We're trying to dissociate. Oh.
And it does it unbeknownst to our consciousness. And we just got to be like, wait, this is where self-awareness comes in. Be like, wait, is this rational?
Right.
Or is this something that's only going to hold me back? And it's like those things when I address are like, okay, no, I'm going to try this boba. And I'm like, no, I like this. I'm going to like this.
Yeah.
And I drink the whole thing. I only spit out a couple. But you know what I mean? Now I think the next time I drink it, it won't be nearly as bad.
Yeah.
It's just like
you're able to tolerate one extra piece of boba each time.
Yeah,
That's
but it's like about teaching yourself that, like these thoughts are invalid.
Right.
This isn't true. Let's just enjoy the product for what it is, or this food, or this thing.
Or if you just hate it, just don't eat it. That's okay too.
But what's your comfort food?
My comfort food, anything potatoes. It could be mashed potatoes, French fries, anything potato related. Potato tacos, literally anything potato. That is like a comfort food. Cheese enchiladas is another one.
Ooh.
Like with the red sauce. I don't know what, it's like those basic go-to. The texture is just, what you're going to expect every time. No matter where you order it from, you know what you're going to get.
That's
when you
true.
order French fries, for the most part, or a cheese enchilada, a PB&J. Like, it's a comfort thing where emotionally, physically, it's just a safe food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think we all have those, and it's usually a nostalgic thing from your childhood too, right?
It usually does. It's like emotional for you. That's why it like feeds into that dopamine hit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a slightly healthier thing to replace sugar. I love spicy foods and olives and like pickled foods that are really strong in flavor and really pungent and pack like a big flavor punch, but I don't have to eat a ton of it. I can just like go to my fridge or pantry to get a couple bites. I get that dopamine hit, but then I'm good. I don't binge eat. I don't need more. I just need just a little bit and my mouth is happy.
And that's so true. I thinking back on it now, it's like I have that same thing too. I have like a salt and vinegar fixation.
Yes, that's a great one.
I like salt and vinegar more than I do sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Sweets are just a mood booster. I know sugar will make me a happier person, so I'll shove it in my mouth just to be better behaved.
Right.
But if I could, I'm a salty person.
I'm a salty queen too.
I love salt. I like vinegar. When I was growing up, I had like every type of vinegar, and when I cooked, I would cook with vinegar. I still cook with vinegar. I have all this vinegar up here. I'm going to show you my dirty cabinets, but I've got probably 6 different vinegars up there, and it's actually been proven, like they show that it helps you. The acetic acid helps you break down your carbs.
It's very good. Mm-hmm. It's very good.
Helps you process, so you're not just absorbing all that sugar. You're letting it pass through all the simple sugars. So it's actually very beneficial for you too. But yeah, it's funny how you like crave those things. Like I will say that when I crave those things, I'll go and take a swig of vinegar sometimes.
Really?
Like apple cider vinegar.
With olive juice. It's like a filthy martini, but without the vodka.
Yes, I do the same thing, but with apple cider vinegar. Like I know it had its health craze time, but even beyond that, it's like sometimes it's like my mouth needs like that jolt.
You almost need something to like just jolt you back to reality.
Yes, and it's almost like it's like hits you. Somebody said the same thing can do with like tahini. Yes. Like if you take a bunch of tahini and just lick it, it like gives you the same like little jolt because it's the sour and the spice.
I like that.
And I heard that it literally
sour
is like,
candy too is good if you're having an anxiety attack. If you're feeling overstimulated, pop in like any type of sour candy, anything that's super pungent. And that will help kind of snap you out of it.
You're right. It like resets you. Anything that brings you out of your brain into your body. Yeah. And that really helps you reset. And that is a good one for mood too. It's like you don't necessarily have to reach for that sugar. You can reach for the sour. You can reach for the salty. The
lemon slice. Just
that's true too. I forgot.
Something like that. Yeah.
These are things I used to do. Now that I'm thinking back, now that you're saying, I used to do that when I was a bartender. I would always eat salt and limes all the time. Like I'd get busy, I'd be tired, I'd be hungry, I'd be like salt and lime. That's so funny. I used to do. That is funny. And that's all. And olives. Olives are the other ones. Right. I'm just like, I need salt.
Yes, that's so funny.
What were you just saying, actually?
Having a healthy relationship with food.
That is very good.
And food shame.
All right, let's talk about that real quick, because I think that is very important. Because coming from a neurodivergent standpoint, specifically, like I said, we reach for the sugar, we reach for the food for the dopamine hits. So I don't know about you, but I grew up a chubby kid. like, because I didn't know how to regulate my food. I didn't know how to regulate like what it meant. I was just
Mhm.
like, I don't feel good. This makes me feel good.
Yes.
So I would eat, or I would eat
Mhm.
sweets and stuff like that. But then I started noticing, like, compared to like commercials online or on TV, that I was overweight. They were telling you you're overweight. So
Mhm.
that changed my relationship with food right then and there at like 10 years old.
Oh
I
yeah.
like saw myself
Oh,
as
when we
fat.
grew up, it was like anorexia galore. That's
Hmm.
what
Bulimia,
everyone was aiming at. Like I remember the magazines. It would show like Britney Spears skinny, like almost abs, and they
skeleton.
would be like overweight, disgusting, fat pig, and you're just like, what? Like yeah, that took it. I remember I love Pamela Anderson. So I'm not talking bad about her if you're watching. If you're watching this, Pamela. I love Pamela Anderson. She was my like hyperfixation as a kid because I was like, oh, she has all the parts that is like socially like she's getting so much attention from society, from guys, from girls, from everyone, from making money, everything. And that was I feel like that was just so big for kids back in like the 90s and stuff. It is the culture back then was so toxic with food.
Yeah, and it really shows you that kids
Ooh.
are sponges soaking up
Oh,
all this stuff. Like I came to my mom's as a kid and saying like, "We need this gazelle. I need to lose weight."
which is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had this in my mind that by fifth, sixth grade, like I wouldn't eat fried foods. I wouldn't eat breaded foods. I wouldn't eat. I would run, and I would just eat like fruit, veggies, and meat,
Yeah.
and no
Yeah, I was
sugar.
way more like self-conscious about what I put into my body as a kid, even though I didn't know anything about nutrition. But I would like borderline like starve myself sometimes because I thought, oh, like this is what I have to do.
Exactly. All I knew is that I didn't look like those guys on TV,
Hmm.
and I wanted to look like those.
Right.
And no matter what I did, it really wasn't getting me there. So it created that shame of food.
Yes.
It made me ashamed to eat because every time I ate, it's like, Chris, do you really need this? Is it going to taste as good as you want to look? And it's
Mm.
really, that's embedded at a
If you
young
eat
age
one,
in
you
our
might as well
society.
have 10. That's
Well,
where the binging comes from.
see, that
That
that is,
shame.
that is, you're right. It's
Because you're
like,
like
might
ashamed
as well
about it. You're
just
like,
eat it all now.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, you're right. Like, how many calories can you absorb in one sitting?
right,
That's what I
right.
used to
Let's
think.
find out.
But you're right, and it just creates that shame spiral that follows me to this day. That
Yeah.
is still
We
like,
I think we all struggle with it.
no matter how much of a grasp you think you have on it, it's still in there, and that's why you have such a grasp on it, is because it's still embedded and it's like festering, saying like, Chris, that you look a little heavy on the side there. You ate that pizza last night. How's that making you feel? You're not going to get compliments for that.
Oh, see, I hate that.
I know, but it's just what society ingrains
But
in
it's
us.
honestly, we all struggle with it.
We all
The
do.
most beautiful, drop dead, gorgeous man and woman you know struggle with it. Like, we all struggle with it.
In fact, they struggle with it probably the most
I was going to
because
say, yep,
they've
they got to
gotten
keep
to
it
a
up.
point, and you got to maintain it. If you don't maintain, everybody's got something to say about it.
Are you sick? Are you on drugs? Like, what is it? Yep, everyone's got something.
It's really a vicious cycle,
Hmm.
and we wonder why we have these problems. We just got to the bottom of it.
And that's a wrap. Should we talk a little bit about toxic
Yeah, that
wellness?
leads right into toxic wellness.
Yeah, it does. Because now we've kind of resorted to the other way where we have all these podcasts and social media influencers pushing all these diet fads, all these programs, supplements, steroids, everything. And it's all to look a certain way. It's not to feel a certain way or fuel yourself a certain way. That's the issue.
Well, leading into that toxic wellness, now I've just thought of this too, is like now it's anti-aging too.
Oh, it's
To
so
where
bad.
that's where it's like
It's so
almost
bad.
like guesswork, because they don't even know what these supplements they're putting in their body are doing because they cannot see it. There are claims that they're changing you on a cellular level. Now I know I'm saying creatine and magnesium, but those are very well studied elements,
Right.
like things from the ground, like that we've had from, one comes from cows, one's a mineral. Like it's not like we're creating this, what is it, ethylene blue,
Right.
that they're like injecting, and then the person who's supposed to be like combative aging, he's like supposed to be the youngest What was that guy? There was a whole
I see it on
documentary about it.
yes, I see stuff on TikTok all the time, and
I watched it, and it was like he was taking this ethylene blue or doing all the fad things, and it's actually aging him now. Thought he was doing everything to prevent this because he's a billionaire, but it's actually aging him in reverse. It's made him older and is like hurting his heart and everything. He's gotten more unhealthy from all these fad, crazy supplements, and it makes you really think. Like, let me think before I start putting things in my body. I really push always do your own research
being
because
poor has
don't
saved
trust
me.
anybody for face value, even us. You know, we could say something
Oh,
by
and, oh
mistake.
yeah,
We could
please
say
research.
something that we didn't realize we said, but so please, like, you know, research your stuff before you decide to start something yourself because you're putting it in your body and you are responsible for what you do to your body.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
but that leads to that toxic wellness. It's like these podcasts and everybody that we're listening to and admiring and enjoying and like aligning with.
Yeah,
Then they're pushing these things that we're like, oh, well, maybe I'll try this, and
because you trust them.
it
You
could be
trust them.
hurtful. Yes, you
Yes.
trust them,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean that is the scary part of this. I guess day and age of where we get our information. So you really have to learn to trust your sources and trust the people that are doing the research to try to bring you help and not just views. You know.
Yep, that is having discernment about that. Like when you're watching stuff, just as you're scrolling, is so big. Which I feel like
But it's hard once they
it's
start getting
hard.
popular. You're like,
Yes.
oh, they have so many views, so many comments. They must be right or they must be somebody
Mm-hmm.
because everybody else thinks so.
Right. And usually they themselves are very put together, and so it's like very easy to trust them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's just like do your own research. A lot of problems do come when we accept things as face value
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't put our own effort into it, and then we're upset when it doesn't work out. It's like, well, you didn't do anything to do it. You just, yeah. I don't know.
What's one thing you want them to take away from today?
One thing I want to take away from today is that, especially for neurodivergence, don't skip meals. You
I like that.
should be eating very frequently, even if just high protein snacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very hard for us to just cook meals for ourselves too, or we don't have the energy to do so, or it's just one of us, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so that can be very daunting, and it leads us to just eating an entire box of mac and cheese. You know.
Yes, have healthy stuff readily available. When you get fruit at the store, don't put it in your fridge. Wash it, cut it, then put it in your fridge. If it's accessible and it's there, the chances of you actually eating it are so much higher.
Oh my gosh, it's so much better.
The
Like,
amount of rot that has occurred in my fridge because I had good intentions of eating healthy.
always that bag of spinach.
Always the spinach. Damn you,
I'm
spinach.
gonna eat salads this week, and I'm like, that's the last thing I want to put in my mouth.
One day later, and the one rotten spinach leaf, the whole bag is ruined now.
Agreed. But like having those ready to go protein snacks, having protein shakes to go, the ready to drink ones. I love the Premier proteins. You get them at Costco. You get them like you buy them in like packs of 28, and they're 30 grams of protein a piece, and they've got vitamins and minerals added in there already. And that is one of the best things to just grab and go and have. For that ready to go protein snack, that's 30 grams. You can just slam it and go.
If you're not hungry, like if you are the type of person where you do not get hungry on stimulants and you have ADHD and you're taking them, that's a great way to just get it down.
Yeah, that's what I say. Smoothies, protein shakes, anything that's going to make you want to eat it. Like if it's going to be chewy and that's not what you want to deal with, you know, because that's another thing, chewing. Like the clicking in my jaw will deter me from wanting to eat anything chewy. So, you know, I mean, that's just a nuisance that I can't deal with. So that really avoids, but that it like turns to where you want to eat. It's like just eat the foods that you will get in and make sure you have them readily available, protein rich, nutritious, like
comfort. If you're neurodivergent, make sure you have your safe foods on hand.
Grocery shop for success.
Yes, not just what you. I'm the worst. I am such like a window shopper. I'm just like,
yeah.
But and then I get home and it's like just a bunch of random shit.
Exactly. I'll be like, well, I think I need this cereal and I need peanut butter and I need eggs. And then you're like, oh, I didn't get anything I actually needed. Now I've got 3 jars of peanut butter. I actually have 3 jars of peanut butter in there by accident. Just because I thought I needed it. And Yeah, it's just like learning to have that protein rich ready to go and readily available is so helpful.
Yeah.
And they have so much more nowadays. They have like packets
Oh,
of beans and rice that you can just throw in the microwave.
those are
Or
so easy.
yeah, so easy. Like I
Mhm.
love it. Or just eat straight from the bag if you needed to.
That's what I do. So cheesy rice is another like safe food for me. Like I take one of those bags of the microwave rice, throw some cheese in there and butter, mix it up, and it's just like so comforting. I
That
don't know.
sounds so good.
It is. That's like I get like and just eat the cheesy fries.
All right, that sounds like something I'm gonna try.
Yeah. What are your guys' hyperfixation foods? We want to know.
Yeah, we
Or
want to hear.
safe foods. What are your bizarre hyperfixation foods? We're gonna be posting more on social media. So
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna make a post about this. Be on the lookout, and we want you guys to stitch it. Tag us. Let us know.
yes, please. We want to hear from you. We're building a community here as well, and we want everybody to get in on the conversation. You know, we want to
Yes.
hear what you do, what you find that works for you, and that what could help for others because it may not be something we've ever discovered, and we want to know, and everybody else may want to know for you. You know,
Yeah, we're learning as we go. You're learning as you go. We're all collectively learning.
we are all in this
Let's
together.
all collectively get that collective consciousness up because we need it. We need it more
do.
than ever right now. Oh
So
God.
bad. All right, guys. Well,
Yeah.
tune in next time where we're going to bring you some body movement and more emotional regulation.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
It will be.
All right.
All right.
I'm
Until next
Kaylee.
time, I'm Chris.
Bye.
Bye.